Hi everyone, this is Jenny from Spectrum Noir. Today I want to show you how I made my fun little journal here. It's kind of a little book that I have that I can just scribble my little drawings in, and then I can use them whenever I want to actually color them. So this is Jenny's Scribbles, and I want to show you how I colored my canvas cover with my Spectrum Noir ink refills. So you can see that everything coordinates here. I colored my gems here, my rhinestones. I colored my flowers. I colored these little guys here, my little embellishments, and I have a couple more over here. So I'm going to show you how I did that. It's quick and easy, and here we go. So here I have the back side to my journal, and what I have done is I have taken my ink refills. This one here is BT4, and I put a little bit of blender pen refill in the bottom of this bottle, and then I added a few drops of my blender pen refill. So it makes a great spritz bottle. I like to have several of my favorite colors, which this is one of my favorites, so I wrote the number on the bottle. I also have an LV3, and I have somewhere a TB5. Another favorite of mine is a CG4. I don't know why I've really been into green lately. I didn't used to like green. Coloring, you kind of have to like green. So I've really liked this color here. So I'll be using that color also today. So and I'm also going to use the stamp set by Sheena, A Little Bit Scenic Flying Colors. This is probably my favorite all-time stamp set right now. Thank you, Sheena, for making this. I love it. And here we go. So I start off with a dry piece of canvas. You can use just a piece of cloth if you would like and wrap it around a piece of chipboard to make your own little cover. You can also take the canvas and run it through your die cutter. I ran this through my e-bosser earlier, and I made a flower, so I can actually put a flower on here if I want. Here's some little flowers I spritzed earlier. So you can see you can kind of layer your flowers. You want to make this your journal, so you want to make it whatever you want to do that makes you happy. You can even put a real flower in the center. You can do whatever you want to add on to it for embellishments. So I'm going to show you how I spritzed it. It's very simple. First I have my nice craft mat underneath, but I also have what I call my messy paper. Don't throw away your messy paper. It makes great backgrounds for things. So here I'm going to start off with my favorite color, LV3, and I'm going to just spritz on here. I like purple to be my main color, so I kind of am a little bit heavier with that. And now I'm going to take my BT4. This one kind of drips a little bit, but I kind of like that extra little look. Can you see the little drips in it? I'm not going to unclog the nozzle because I like that. And now I'm going to take my TB5, which I've written on here, and I'm going to put not quite as much of this because it's much darker. And it's not my favorite color that I want to highlight on. Let's put a couple more spritzes of my purple. And there's my journal cover. So it's all ready to stamp. You don't want to stamp that when it's wet. It does take a minute or two to dry because I put quite a bit of liquid on there. So I'm going to turn it over, and I've already spritzed this. But I'm going to put a little bit more. There, I like it more purpley like that. So there's my journal cover. I'm going to move this because it's wet. And now I'm going to stamp my image. It's still a little bit wet. Is this dry? Nope, they're both wet. So let's just hope that it works. Okay, so let's grab my little dragonfly. Whoops, I'm dropping everything here. So here's my dragonfly from my Sheena set, and I'm going to ink it up with my Memento ink. This is a nice and juicy ink pad. It works great. So I'm going to ink up my little dragonfly. I love this dragonfly. I think it's helped me like greens lately because I like to make this dragonfly green and purple and blue, all kinds of fun colors. So I'm going to think about where I want my dragonfly. It's going to go like this, so I want my dragonfly going up. Put him right here. And it doesn't look like my fabric was too wet, so that's going to work just fine for me. And then it has this little swirly stamp in the set. And I'm going to just put on a couple swirls. There you go. And now let's add a couple little tiny dragonflies. Whoops. On the back side, I'm not going to have flowers. I'm just going to have some dragonflies and swirls. I think I'm going to use this little butterfly that's in the set also. I think it's pretty cute. Oh, I like that. And I think it's done. If you wanted, you could take a black Sharpie marker and you can actually write some little words on here like love or dream or create, anything like that. You can do that. I would actually, let's see, it's still too wet, otherwise I would do that for you. But there it is. And so what I did is I actually took some of my flowers and I also spritzed them. So I just took my scrap paper and I took my ink. Nice, fast, and easy. So there's my nice flower and I just spritzed that. So it's lots of fun. I also took my rhinestones. You can notice that these are different color rhinestones. They're kind of like an ivory color or a bone color. But I just took a marker and I colored right smack on top of them. You can see I'm doing it with pearls here. On my actual project, I used rhinestones. So you can use pearls or rhinestones, but that's how simple it is. You just color right smack on top of the gemstones. Here's some rhinestones I have here left. So you can see how nice and easy that is and how pretty. So you can do that with your acrylic buttons. I have some clear buttons. You can do it with some light colored gems. This is a pink one. I turned them into purple by just coloring purple on top of it, etc. So that's how I did my project. Here it is again. Let's see, it's over here somewhere. And that's my Ginny Scribbles journal. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you share your projects that you make with this technique on our Facebook page. Have a great day.